Hello and welcome to another Adobe Illustrator tutorial. And in this tutorial I'm going to show you guys how to design the logo that you see here on my screen in front of me. So the first thing that we need to do is go ahead and create a new canvas, and we're going to do that by going to File and New, and we're going to make sure that we have the profile set to Web and choose the size as 960 pixels by 560 pixels. Your orientation should be set to the first option, and your advanced setting should be set to RGB with screen and default. I'm just going to click OK, and now the first thing that we want to do is our background color. So we're going to choose the rectangle tool, and up in this general area up at the top right, we're going to hold down our left mouse button, drag over to the left side. Now the next thing we need to do is set the color, so we're going to double click the fill, and we're going to choose a dark gray. Now if you want to use the same gray that I'm using, you can use this color code right here, 212121, enter that in, and then just click OK. So the next thing that we need to do is lock the background in place so that it doesn't move when we're trying to design our logo. And to do that, we go to the Layers palette or Layers tab on the right side. And if you don't have this showing up, you can open it up by going to Window, and Layers. I'm going to click the drop down, and then we're going to click in this area right here, and it'll lock that background in place. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is come over to the ellipse tool, and we're going to create a circle. So we want our circle to be a perfect circle, and to do that you're going to hold down Shift, and that'll lock it in to be a perfect circle. So we're going to create a circle about that size right there, and for now we want to set our border as black, and then we want to set our fill color. So we're going to click the fill color, double click that, and we're going to set the fill color to white. So you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we're going to copy. So click on your circle, Control C, and I believe it's Command C if you're on a Mac, and then V, Control V or Command V. So once we have our second circle, we're going to resize the circle to a small oval shape. So something along the lines of that, and then just drag it up into your circle. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is Control Copy and Control V. We want four of these oval shapes. So Control Copy, Control V again, Control Copy, Control V again. Okay, so now we're going to highlight everything that we have on our canvas, and we're going to click the horizontal align, and you can get to that. Let's see, you can get, it should show up here, but that's I believe in your transform. Let me see. Just click on your Pathfinder is what you want. So you're going to click horizontal align, and then we're going to click vertical align. Okay. So now the next thing that we need to do is click the first circle, and we're going to drag that circle down to the bottom. And you want to make sure that it intersects with the bottom and the center. And if you don't have that, if that option is not showing up for you, you can show that by going to View and Smart Guides, and you want to make sure that this is selected. And what that does is it'll lock it into place in the center. So the next thing we want to do is click this top circle right here, and we're going to drag it over to the left, and you want to make sure that it's vertically aligned and horizontally aligned, and you should see an intersection, the green intersection. Okay, so then we're going to do the same for this circle right here. I'm going to pull it over to the right, and it should lock on. Okay, so now you should have 4 circles aligned right here. Okay, so we're going to hit Control Y, and this is what your design should look like so far. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do, we're going to hit Control Y again. We want to take this shape, so click the shape, top shape right here. We're going to go to Object, Transform, and then Rotate, and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. So hit OK, and then using our Shift and up arrow, we're going to move it up to the top of our circle. Okay, so we want to do this next thing, the same thing for this circle right here. So we're going to click that circle, go to Object, not circle, but oval shape. Click Object, Transform, Rotate, and we're also going to rotate that 90 degrees. Just hit OK. And then using our Shift and down arrow, we're going to pull that down to the bottom. Okay. So if we hit Control Y, this is what your shape should look like right now. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control Y again, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything, and then I'm going to come down to the Pathfinder. Now remember, if you don't have the Pathfinder open, you can go to Window and hit Pathfinder. So the first thing that we're going to do is click Divide. Okay. We're going to highlight it, right click, ungroup. Okay. Now we want to use our direct selection tool, and the first thing that we're going to do is click this this image right here. Then we're going to hold down Shift and click this image right here. Hold down Shift and click this image or this shape right here. So you want these three shapes selected. So the next thing that we're going to do is unite those shapes. So you want to click the Unite, and that's going to make those one shape. Okay. So we're going to select a color right now. The color doesn't matter. We just want to select a color so that we can see it pop out. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is we want to repeat the process. So we're going to click this shape right here, hold down Shift, click this shape and this shape. Then we're going to click Unite again. Okay. So we're going to click our color fill, and we're going to change that to another color. So let's just set it for green for right now. Okay, and then we're going to repeat the process here on the bottom. We're going to click this shape, hold down Shift, click this shape and this shape, and we're going to click Unite again. Okay, now we're going to click the fill, and let's change this to let's go to a blue. Alright, so far that's what you should have. Okay, and then the next one, we're going to repeat the process. We're going to click this shape right here, hold down Shift, click this shape and this shape, and we're going to click Unite again. Okay, and then we're going to change the color of these, and let's change these to a purple for now. So you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is click this shape. We're going to delete that shape. We're going to click that and delete that. We're going to click here and we're going to delete this. Click down here and delete that. And click here and delete that. And we're also going to delete that as well. Okay, I'm going to click the selection tool. And now as you can see, I have some stuff down here. I want to delete that as well. So I'm just going to click it and delete it. And now you should have this shape right here. Looks like I have some more stuff here. So if you have any straggling, any straggler stuff, whatever you want to call it, not really sure what you would call it, but any straggler stuff that you don't want there, just delete it. Okay, so here's what you should have right now. Okay, so the next thing you need to decide is what colors you want to use. You can use any colors that you want. So to change the colors, you just want to make sure you have your direct selection tool selected, and you can go through and change each one of these colors. Now I'm going to use the colors that I used in this example, and to do that I come over to swatches, and then what I'm going to do is come down to the color fill, and I'm going to choose the default color that I want. So I want to use something like that. So I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to take this color and I'm going to drag it over here. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is let's go ahead and use that color. So we're going to click our first shape and then click that color, and now what I want to do is I want it to change and lighten up for each shape. So I'm going to double click, I'm going to click here. Actually, let me go ahead and get this color. I want to make sure I have the exact color. So I'm going to click your fill. After you click this shape right here, you're going to copy that, hit OK, and then we're going to click the next image or the next shape, click the fill, Control V, hit OK, and then I'm going to click the fill again, and now I can change the color. So I'm going to change the color a little bit lighter than the one before, and then hit OK. We're going to pull this color over here for later use if we need it. and then we're just going to repeat that process. We're going to copy this color. We're going to come over to the next one, double click, Control V, hit OK. I'm going to come back over to it. I'm going to make it just a little bit lighter than the last one. Hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and drag this over here so we can use it if we need it later. And then I'm going to come to the last color, and I'm going to actually click this shape. I'm going to get that color again. Control copy, hit OK. Click this shape, click fill, Control V, hit OK. And then we're going to click this image, double click the fill, and then I'm going to make it a little bit lighter, so I'm going to drag up to somewhere around there. And now you should have your 4 colors set. So the next thing we need to do is highlight our image. We're going to click on the stroke, double click the color, and I'm going to make it a white. And then I want to click the selection tool, highlight your image, and we're going to change the stroke to somewhere around, like, let's say 5. And now you should have an image that looks something similar to this right here. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we're going to highlight that, and we're going to make it just a little bit smaller. And now we need to do our text at the bottom. So I'm going to come and get the text tool, and I'm going to highlight this text because I can't remember the text I use. I use Nyala, and that should come with Illustrator. If it doesn't, you can go download it on Google. Just search for that font, and then just put that font in C Windows Fonts, I believe it is, and it should automatically put it into your Adobe Illustrator. So I used 75-point font, Nyala. So I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to make sure that I have the type tool selected. I'm going to click in this area, and then I'm going to change the font to 75, and I'm going to search for Nyala. Make sure I have Nyala selected, and then I'm just going to put my text in there. I'm going to highlight it, and you can use any colors that you want. I'm going to use, let's see, what colors do I want to use? I'm going to double click on the, actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to use the eyedropper. And then we're just going to select a color within here. So let's use that. And we want to make sure that we have the stroke turned off. So you click the stroke and then click this icon right here. And then I'm going to highlight designs. And I'm going to make that white. Now in my other design I used all caps, so I'm going to change this to caps. And change this to caps. Looks like I did it differently. White, okay. So let me switch these. So you just highlight it, click your eyedropper. Actually, we don't need the eyedropper. We'll double click here and then make that white. And then we're going to come over here, highlight that, use the eyedropper, and we're going to, let's use this one right here. And then again, just make sure that you have your stroke turned off. I'm going to double click in here, and then I'm going to pull it over so that there's no spacing. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the logo, and I'm going to pull the logo over and center it below or above the text. Just make sure that it's centered. I'm going to highlight everything and drag it to the center of my canvas. Now if your canvas is not aligned in the center, you can hold down Control and 0, and it'll make sure that your canvas is centered. And that's pretty much it. You can use your arrows to move your text around if it's not centered. And that's pretty much how you create the logo that you see here. And like I said, you can, if you want, you can change the colors of these different shapes. And to do that, you just click the direct selection tool and then click each shape and change the color. And that's pretty much it. That's my logo design tutorial for today using Adobe Illustrator. If you guys would like to see more tutorials for with Adobe Illustrator, you can check out my website, check out my other logo designs. There should be a link in the description. If you're already on my website, just go click logo designs in the navigation bar. And if there's any specific types of logos that you guys would like me to do tutorials on, just leave a comment and let me know. And I'll see you in another tutorial. Have a good day, guys.